Hello everybody, welcome along to another edition of Drogheda District Chamber, taking care of business. I'm Michael Gerrard, and also in the background is Shane from the Limor team. And my guest today is Ronan Whitty from the mill. Ronan, how are you?
Great to be here, Michael, thank you.
So listen, tell us a bit about yourself, a bit of background on who Ronan Whitty is.
So, proud Wexford man that came up to Louth here about 8 years ago, settled in the community really well. Come from the hotel background down in the southeast, and spent a lot of time in aviation and commercial roles before coming here to the mill.
So that's a big jump then from what you did in the past to being in the mill here. So how did that come about?
So, look, I suppose as with everything with COVID and that, you're kind of looking for the better work-life balance. And, you know, I learned about the mill's location here, and the facility is just second to none. And having that work-life balance, being able to get into work within 20 minutes of leaving your home was just such an appealing thing, especially with a young family.
So how long has the mill been here, and what does it actually do? Can you explain, you know, what you do here with the mill and all the benefits for upstarts and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, so we provide a variety of supports. A lot of people that come in here, Michael, are looking for offices or hot desk facilities or virtual offices. But we find that actually the reason why they stay here and so keen on the mill is that the community that's here, they find it easier to attract talent because of the facilities. They find it easier to retain talent here because of the facilities in the community. But in addition to that, we provide things like mentoring, grant signposting, and a variety of other supports along the way to help the businesses grow and scale.
So do you host many events here? I know there's a big sort of conference room in there. So can you hire that out then for events and stuff?
Yeah, we do. We hire out the Eugene Cairns room there for events, and the boardrooms here as well. So they're quite popular with the local community. And again, we're a not-for-profit entity, so our rates tend to be quite favourable as well.
So we're actually sitting here in the podcast studio. Whose idea was it to set up this fabulous, studio?
So that all praise on that front has to go to my predecessor, Brendan Casey. So he would have applied for the grant funding just before I joined the role here. So I kind of came at a good time where Brendan had got the grants applications in, and I came in at the time to spend the money. So I came at a good time.
Exactly, yeah. So it's actually called Studio 92. So what's the background on the name of the podcast studio?
Yeah, so our co-chair, Stephen Rice, came up with the name. It was a play on Studio 54 with a touch of Drogheda, a splash of Drogheda thrown in there with the A92 postcode. So we became Studio 92.
Yeah, Studio 54. Did you mention Studio 54?
Yeah.
That was based in New York, wasn't it, back in the 1970s? Any sort of anything?
No, that was just it. We just kind of thought that was a fun name for it, and that's what we went with. So yeah.
So regarding upstarts and sort of, you know, people sort of entrepreneurs and stuff, is the whole mill now booked out? Is there any space, or what's the potential going forward? Are you going to expand any more in the future? Yeah,
there is space. The mill is pretty full. But look, one of the things I always try and do is find new space and new ways of doing things. My own office got rented out, and we took a corner of the building and we knocked through a wall and turned what was a seating area into my office. So we're always finding new solutions, and we actually are looking at some construction works there now to happen in the next probably 2 months or so to add 3 more offices.
So, you have a lot of entrepreneurs in here, as you call them, the millers. What type of businesses are they involved in? Will it be all high tech, or what type of industry are they sort of potentially looking to get into?
Yeah, great question. So it depends. If you're a hot desker, we're pretty flexible. And probably 50% of people who are hot desking here are remote workers, and 50% are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, or smaller companies. Then for the offices, we have a much more defined profile. Primarily, we look to support companies that are in tech, aviation, sustainability, pharma, medtech type industries. But we do look to back entrepreneurs. So if there's an entrepreneur out there with a compelling story, we will look at that as well.
So, I mean, like, there's a lot of millers. You mentioned all the different aspects of business and sort of industry that they're involved in. But I think as well, like, if people are working from home, this is really a good idea, because once you're in here, the kitchen area, everyone sort of knows everybody else and share ideas and stuff. It's really good for that type of thing, isn't it?
It really, really is, yeah. Like that community, we find that a lot of companies here in the mill do business with each other. So that's one of the, again, I mentioned when they come here for the facilities, but they stay for a lot of other reasons. 88% of all businesses here said their business has been directly impacted and benefited by locating in the mill.
And has there been any big successes in your reign here so far that went international and global?
Well, I suppose the most obvious example of a company that graduated out of here would have been Yapstone. We had Afix Software there as well that have graduated out of here and both, grown to quite strong levels in the last couple of years.
So if people are listening to this and they want to sort of set up a business and they want to be an entrepreneur, what advice would you give maybe, an individual or a group of people? What advice would you give them?
Well, firstly, just go onto the mill website, themilldrogheda.ie, and there's an orange tab there. This is book a visit, and you can come in and that will book a slot with myself. We can come and chat about your business, tell you how we can help and support you. In addition to that, we also provide a lot of support like the SkillNet Innovation Exchange, where we connect a lot of SMEs with larger corporates for digital transformation projects. We found that a lot of companies are able to scale their companies off the back of that as well. And so, yeah, and a key thing, Michael, just to note is we're a not-for-profit. So we don't, if someone wants to arrange a chat with us with no intention of coming into the mill, that's still okay. We'll still chat and help and support them there. That's part of our duty to the community. The mill is a brilliant example of public-private partnership. And if it wasn't for the local companies, chamber members, backing the mill, it would have never got off the ground. So it's our role to give back and help and support the other companies in the community.
And just going back to the podcast studio, if there's anybody out there listening and they have an idea for a podcast, is it available for individuals outside the mill to come into and use?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we've got all the camera, lighting, sound equipment here, along with some editing information as well, how to edit your videos here as well. So we provide all that information there as well, and that's available as well. Just go to themilldrogheda.ie and contact us from there. So where can you see the mill in about 5 or 6 years? Well, it's more about the companies in the mill. I think what you're going to see in the mill the next couple of years is a lot more programs being run from the mill to help and grow and scale regional companies. I think you're going to see a mill that's much more focused on international expansion in terms of supporting companies to expand internationally from the northeast, and just growing, getting bigger, and hopefully better. Okay, great. Just once again, can you give us your contact details for somebody who would like to reach out and get in touch with the mill regarding the podcast or maybe getting a hot desk? Yeah, so my email is ronan@themilldrogheda.ie. Or just go to the milldrogheda.ie website and you get all our contact details there, or just give us a phone call. Anna as well at reception is always a great port of contact. Ronan, great talking to you, and thanks for your time. Thank you. Now, if you're listening to this and you want to know more about Drogheda District Chamber taking care of business, why not go to www.droghedachamber.ie, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.